Okay, let's talk a little bit about what deck furniture does, how deck furniture can be detrimental to the health of your deck system. All right, you can see here that we got two planks. These boards here typically sit up underneath of a set of wicker furniture, and I'm going to talk to you about why this happened, why these boards started rotting, and what we can do to prevent this in the future. All right, so what happens is you'll have this piece of furniture that's sitting here, and what it does is it casts shade and a cool spot that the sun cannot reach underneath here. And then what happens is these nail entry points on this deck system, a lot of times they're open and not coated over, or you may have a couple hairline cracks on the board, whatever. What ends up happening is water ends up getting down in those hairlines, or ends up getting down in this spot where the nail or the screws entered the board. And because this furniture's sitting here and the sun's not able to reach, there's an area of shade, that water sits down in that board longer than it should, and it starts causing rot. Specifically, the water starts reacting with the fasteners, the nails and the screws, and wood has a small mineral content, and so it will react with the corrosion that's taking place between the water, the nails, the screws, and then you'll start to have rot, and the boards will just eventually rot all the way through like these. What we can do to prevent this, number one, is if you're dead set on that furniture, you need to rotate it a lot. Number two, make sure that we get furniture that sits higher up off the ground, that allows airflow and the sun to penetrate up underneath of it. It's very, very important. I've seen thick legs on deck furniture before cast a shadow on a deck and rot take place because of that little shadow, and hairlines going through there, water down in there, and it can't dry out because of a deck chair casting a shadow, the leg of a deck chair casting a shadow. So what's very, very important is everything that we put on our decks that causes shadows, that causes cool places where water can hang out longer, rugs, all this stuff. What's important is that we get them up and we rotate them often. Furniture, we move it often. If you want to keep it here for a little bit, a few weeks, fine, but then let's move it, let's rotate it to another area of the deck, let it sit there for a few weeks. And it's important that you plan ahead and buy light deck furniture. Don't buy super heavy deck furniture that you can't move easily, and you don't want anything that sits on your deck permanently in one spot. We want everything light and to be able to be rotated often, and that's the key to preventing this and this not happening in the future. Okay, I'm Anthony Ford. Check out my business Kong Armor by going to www.kongarmor.com. Very, very quickly, I wanted to throw this in on the end of the video. This is an example of a piece of deck furniture that would sit very low to the ground. We don't get a lot of airflow up underneath of here. The sun cannot get rays up underneath of there. It'll be very shaded up underneath here, very cool, and anywhere the water can enter into boards, that water will take a lot longer to evaporate and make its way out of there, because it's cooler there than if this was set up higher. So you want all deck furniture to sit up higher than this. No low-rise deck furniture. Okay, I just thought I would throw this in on the end to kind of show you guys an example.